morning, guys. Welcome to Hedgehog's Homestead. Today we are going to make some sweet potato casserole. I hope it's in time for your guys' Thanksgiving. I hope to get it out tonight so you guys can enjoy it. So the first thing we're going to do, I rinsed off my potatoes. And I'm just going to grab them. I have 6 potatoes that are about, they're pretty small, so I went ahead and grabbed an extra one. Usually you would do 5 potatoes about this size, but they're kind of all different sizes here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and stab them. I got my oven preheating at 350. And I'm stabbing them with a knife. And I'm going to bake them for an hour and a half or until they look done. So until I can put a fork in them and they come out, the fork pierces it right in nicely. You want it nice and soft inside. So that is the first step of our sweet potato casserole. I have the oven preheated, it just alarmed for me. So we're just going to place these in the oven at 350. And there we go. We will see you guys back in an hour and a half when this is ready to come out and we're ready to move on to the next step. Okay guys, now it's hot out of the oven. I've stuck a knife all the way into it and it goes in really easy. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna let this sit for 10 minutes and then we'll come back and peel them, put them in our blender and start making it up. We'll see you back. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything ready to go so that I can just dump ingredients and get this all going. Exciting. Okay guys, back to work now. I'm going to grab our sweet potatoes. And we're just going to peel them. They've been sitting for about 10 minutes and the skin just comes right off. If you look at that. And then we have our blender right here beside me. I'm just going to dump them right in the blender. But when you do it this way, you're not cutting into, a lot of people like to cube them and then boil them. I think that takes a lot of the flavor out of it. There's something about baking them at 350 and just letting the skin peel off for you. And then before I put it in the blender, I'll just cut it in half. Like so. Add our ingredients. The first thing we're going to add is we're going to add our granulated sugar, and that's a whole cup of granulated sugar. And a whole cup of brown sugar. This is, it says casserole guys, but this is kind of really a dessert type food. I'm just going to stick this in the microwave for 10 seconds because I think I already had that cool. Or warmed up, I should say, just a little bit. It should have been room temperature butter. So we got the butter and the sugar in here, and we're gonna combine this together on low in our blender. Now we have 3 eggs here that we're gonna beat together, and we have 2.5 cups of milk. We're gonna put this in the microwave and make it hot milk, and then we're gonna pour it into there. And this calls for freshly beaten eggs. So, and you always want your eggs room temperature. So if you know that you're going to make this in advance, put your eggs out on the counter for a while if you have them in the fridge. Okay, eggs are beaten together. So this kind of makes like a custard kind of filling for this. Okay, milk is out of the microwave, and so I'm going to start. I have the eggs in there first. I'm going to mix the eggs in there with the other ingredients before I add the hot milk, so that the milk does not cook the eggs, if you know what I mean. Now the eggs have combined with the ingredients. I'm going to add the warm or the hot milk. 2.5 cups of hot milk. I will leave the recipe in the description below. We're just going to cube up this butter that came out of the freezer. You want your butter cold. You want 1 stick of butter with this, guys. I'll show you how I cube it up. I'm just going to cut this up. It's really hard yet. You want a whole stick of butter for this. Okay. So our butter's cubed up, and then we're just going to dump that into our bowl here. Take off my rings. Actually, I'll just mix it with this. My hands are clean. So you could do this recipe and keep the topping and the pie. It's basically like a pie, guys. The casserole part separate in the refrigerator, and then just cook it in the morning, or you know, the day of in your oven. So you're not losing your mind on Thanksgiving. So now we're just gonna so I don't know if you guys saw that. I crumbled the butter in between my fingers and with all the ingredients in that bowl, and then just put the topping over it. Now I'm gonna take my pecans here, And I'll take about a cup full of pecans here and chop them up. Which they're already chopped up, so I'm not even gonna bother. That's nice. It says chopped pecans right on it. And I'm just gonna sprinkle these over the top of that. Okay, so I'll bring you guys in closer so you can see what it looks like. That's what it looks like on top there. Preheated to 375. I'm just gonna take this, put it in the oven and put on a timer. Actually, I'm gonna cover it up first with some saran wrap, put it on a timer for an hour and then check on it. It's not done until it's hot and firm inside. So okay, in the oven it goes. Sarah, give me a timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
It might take up to 90 minutes, but I'm gonna start with an hour. Every time I make this casserole, the time is a little bit different, so I'm not gonna set it firm on how long it takes. So I will give you my time and how long it took me to cook it later when I take it out and show it to you guys. But right now I don't wanna give a time on it. Give it a taste, Sonny.
Here we go. Really good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good. There
Good
you go,
job.
folks. Thank you. Give it a try. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, God bless. Bye.